Tab provides a collection of graphical user interfaces which will be used to manage the records inside the associated object. So in order to manage the records inside that object, we are using these tabs. So now here in this case, what kind of operations we can do by using this tab? By using the tab, we can perform the below operations. We can perform the below operations on the records. What kind of operations? For example, we can insert the records, we can update the records, we can delete the records, we can undelete the records, we can view the records, we can merge the records. All these operations we can able to perform by using this tab. So tab provides all these graphical user interfaces. That means to insert the record, to update the record, to delete the record, to view the records, or to perform the operation, whatever the user interfaces are required, all these user interfaces will be given by the tab. So in this case, how can we use these tabs here? How can we use these tabs? So for each and every object, Salesforce has given a separated tab. Okay, for each and every object, Salesforce has given a separated tab. So for example, if you want to manage the records in this account table or the account object, we need a separated tab. To manage the records inside the contact object, we need a separate tab. To manage the lead records, a separate tab. To manage the campaign records, a separate tab. So that for each and every object, Salesforce is going to be providing a separated tab. Now, in this case,
do we have the concept of a logical file as well, like logical table?
Yes, right. It will be having that logical business logic is also available. That is also in the form of class. We'll see in the further concepts.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, yeah. Now, so each object contains the associated tab as below. For each and every object, Salesforce is providing a separated tab. So now let's see for which object which tab is available. Now let me explain. The object name and the tab name. So we'll see what will be the object name, what will be the tab name over here. Now, so object name, for example, I'm having the various objects: campaign object, lead object, account, contact object, opportunity object, case
Excuse
object,
me, sir.
solution object. Yeah.
Yeah, Ramesh is removing or dismissing always for me from the session. I logged in.
Now, so now we are having the various objects are available here. These are the object names like as campaign, lead, account, contact, opportunity, case, solution, like that. So many objects are available as of now. So now for each and every object, Salesforce is providing a separated tab, because if there is a table, then definitely we can manage the records inside the table. To manage that records, we need some user interfaces. So now for that one, for each and every object, Salesforce is providing a separated tab. Now, so what will be the tab names over here? For the campaign object, we have a tab with the name campaigns. Okay, campaigns. So now it is indicating the object name will be in the singular format and the tab name will be in the plural format. This is the navigation, this is the notation following with Salesforce. So now you can raise a question, sir, why this object name is in singular? Why this tab name is in plural? Table is only one. By using this tab provides what? Graphical user interfaces. For what? To insert the record, to update the record, to delete the record, like that. So now in this case, by using this user interface, how many records we can create? Multiple. Initially, we can create one record, and then one more, and then one more, and then one more, like that. Record by record, record by record, record by record, we can create. And we can update the multiple records also. We can delete the multiple records also. We can view the multiple records also. That means you're performing the operations on multiple. So that they have given that tab name as plural format. Now, so they have given that tab name as plural format, so that object name will be always in the singular format, tab name will be in the plural format here. So by using this campaigns tab, it is providing so many user interfaces to manage the records only in campaign object. Like the similar way to manage the lead object records, we are using a tab called as leads. To manage the account object records, we are using this accounts tab. For the contact object, contacts tab. For opportunity object, opportunities. For the case, cases. For the solution, solutions. For the order, orders. For the product, products. Like that, we are having so many tabs are available. For each and every object, a separate tab has been given by Salesforce by default. Through this tab, we can manage the records in that associated object. Now, in this case, in order to manage the records in that associated object, we are going to be using these tabs. So, for each and every object, we are having a separated tab given by Salesforce, where object name will be in the singular format, tab name will be in the plural format. So, because we are going to be managing the records in terms of bulk, by using this user interface, we can able to manage the multiple records also. For that one, they have given the tab name as plural format. So where is these tabs? All these tabs are available on the tab bar. All the tabs are available on the tab bar. Now, so now here in this case, how can we manage the records inside these objects here? With the help of these user interfaces. Now let's see practically in this case. For example, I want to create one account record. So that which tab we need to use? Accounts tab we need to use. So accounts tab is used to manage the account records. Contact tab is used to manage the contact record. And the cases tab is used to manage the case records. Like that here, depends upon the object in which you would like to manage the records, you can go to the respective tabs. Where is these tabs available? These tabs are available on tab bar. When you go to the tab bar, here you will be having all these tabs are available. We can see all these tabs. For example, I want to create one account record here. So use that accounts tab, because to manage the account object records, we're using accounts tab over here. So click on accounts tab. Once you click on this accounts tab, it is providing the tab home page. So this is the tab home page that we have. Upon click on this tab, whatever the user interface is getting visible, that user interface is called as tab home page. That is called as home page. That is also called as landing page. That is also called as landing page or home page. This is the tab home page. That's what it is indicating this, the tab name as home page. So now I want to create a new record. How can we create the new record? In order to create the new record, go to the recent records section. So now here click on that new button. So what is this new recent records section? Now this section is indicating recently created, recently viewed, recently modified account records. That means whatever the account record that you have created recently, whatever the account records you have modified recently, whatever the account records you have viewed recently, those will be getting visible inside this recent records section. And if you want to create a new one, then click on this new button, so that it is providing the user interface to manage the record, to create a new record. So click on this new button, it is providing that user interface. It is providing this user interface. So in order to create a new account record, these are the various fields are available on this user interface. Upon creating this account record, it is providing that so many text boxes, like the account name and the parent account, account number, account site and the type, industry, annual revenue, rating value, phone number, fax number, website, ticker symbol, ownership, billing address, shipping address, so many fields are available. Now then, what each and every text box indicates basically here? You have to understand what is this each and every text box represents. What it indicates basically here. Now let me explain. Now, For example, assume that I have a table. Okay, I have a table. So this is my employee table, for example, like as employee ID or the employee code. There are some columns to store the employee details. Employee name column and the salary column and the designation column. These are the columns are there inside my employee table. I'm having my employee object, nothing but employee table. Inside this table, I'm having some columns. Now, click as employee ID, employee name, salary, and the designation. These are the various columns are available inside my employee table. Okay, in my employee table, these are the various columns are available. Now, so now the table is empty right now. I'm ready with the table. In my table, I'm having these 4 columns: employee ID, employee name, salary, designation. Now, once the table is ready, we can insert some records inside this table or not? Yes. How to insert the records inside my table now? Do we need to use some user interface or not? Do we need to use some screen or not? Yes. Because this application is not using by myself. Because if I'm using this application, then I can manage the record through programming. Because I'm a developer, I know how to write the code. I know how to manage the record through programming. But I'm not using this application. This will be using by my customers, my partners, my employees. So in this case, how these people will write the code to manage the records? Those people, not the technical people. Those people are the business people. They know how to run the business, but they don't know how to manage the record through programming, how to write the code. So for that reason, I would like to provide some graphical user interfaces. I would like to provide some graphical user interfaces. So that I am going to providing this graphical user interfaces over here. Now, for that one, I would like to design a screen. I would like to design a screen over here. In this screen, I would like to provide some user interface controls. Okay, I would like to provide some user interface controls inside this. Like I would like to provide the employee ID, nothing but the employee code, employee code, employee name, salary amount, designation. These are the various details which I would like to enter over here. So I would like to specify the employee code, and the employee name, and the salary amount, and the designation. So these are the values which I would like to enter over here. Now, so now once the user has entered some data inside these text boxes, to insert the records, we are providing some text boxes also. So I'm providing some button controls also. Save button and the cancel button. I'm providing 2 button controls over here. Now, save button and the cancel button. And the cancel button. These are the buttons are available here. Now in this case, what happened? By using this user interface, I can manage the records very easily. Okay, by using this user interface, I can manage the records very easily over here. Like for example, today I want to create a new record. I want to create a new record today here. Like as a new employee has been joined. His name is Rakesh Kumar. And then his employee code I'm indicating 1001. His employee name is some Rakesh Kumar. Salary some 14,000. And the designation, he is a sales manager. is a sales manager. So these are the details I have entered. When I click on this, after entering the data, okay, after entering the data, when I click on the save button, so now with these details, it is creating a new record. That means what? This value will be storing inside this employee ID column, and this name value will be storing inside this employee name column, and this amount value will be storing inside this salary column, and then this designation will be storing inside the designation column. That means what? Whatever the data that I have entered inside my user interfaces, each and every value will be storing inside the respective column inside the table. That means every text box is representing one column inside the table over here. Okay, every text box is representing one column. Employee code is nothing but one column inside my table. This is nothing but one column. Employee name column. This is salary column. This is designation column. So to pass the values for these columns, you're using these text boxes. Like the similar way, when you go to your user interfaces here also, these are also storing the data in some columns over here. So in this case, what happened? Account owner is a column. Account name is a column. Parent account is a column. Account number is a column. Account site, type, industry, annual revenue, rating, phone, fax, website, ticker symbol, ownership, employees, SIC code. These all are the columns inside my account table. In my account table, we have so many columns are there. These are the columns list. So every text box is representing a column inside the table. So these are the columns inside my table. But whenever you are observing these columns, for one column it is having, for few columns it is having a red color bar symbol. So what is this red color bar symbol? It is indicating this is a mandatory field. This is a mandatory column. Generally, when you go to some other applications, whatever the mandatory fields are there, for example, here if the employee code is mandatory, employee name is mandatory, then it will be having that red color star symbol will be available over here. It is indicating a red color star symbol. That is indicating that this is the mandatory column. But in Salesforce, they're following a different notation. Whatever the columns are mandatory, those columns are going to be representing with a red color bar symbol here. This red color bar symbol is indicating this is a mandatory column. So compulsorily we have to supply the value. Remaining all are optional. Okay, remaining all are optional over here. We can able to specify any value over here. We can pass the value. You can no need to pass the values also, no problem. So in this case, whenever we are going to be creating account record, upon click on this, after click on this accounts tab, then it is providing a user interface view. That is called as a tab home page, and then click on, okay, and then click on new button to create a new record. Okay, click on new button to create a new record. Then it is providing a form. In this form, we have to enter the data. These are the text boxes. That means these text boxes are going to be representing the columns. So whatever the field is available, these are also called as fields in Salesforce. Okay, object is called as a table generally, and the field is nothing but column inside the table. Okay, field in the sense column, just the terminology difference. Table will be called as object, field will be column will be called as field. That's it, nothing difference. Okay, both are same, just the terminology difference. Now, so in this case, this is one column which is going to storing the account name value and the account number, account site like that. Now I want to create a new record. So upon creating this record, I'm giving some name over here. So now here I'm going to be providing a name. I'm creating a new record over here. For example, I want to create a new record with the name some Abhishek. Abhishek Tripathi. Okay, Abhishek Tripathi. So now account number, I'm indicating some 2344. Account site, he is working in a banking organization. So account site, I'm indicating banking. Type, what type of customer he is. So now customer direct, nothing but directly he has approached our organization. Okay, directly he has approached our organization. So that I'm indicating type of the customer is customer direct. Industry, in which company, nothing but in which industry he is working. Whether he is working inside a banking industry or a financial industry, manufacturing industry or communications industry or chemicals industry or what, where he is working here. For example, I'm selecting like as banking. What is his annual revenue? I'm indicating like as some 34 lakhs. Okay, 34 lakhs. Rating in the sense what we are passing the value. That means, so now generally when you go to the rating, we are having three options. Like we are going to be having that options like high, medium, low. Generally, these are the ratings we are going to provide you to the customer. Depends upon the number of products he's purchasing, depends upon the revenue we are generating. We are giving some preference to the customer here. For that one, we are giving the rating also. Whenever you are purchasing any product, then we are giving some rating, right? Yes, based on the rating only, we are deciding whether we can able to buy the product or not. Like the similar way for this customer, what is the rating you want to provide? So generally, as part of rating, we are using high, medium, low. But Salesforce is using a different terminology like as hot, warm, cold. Hot means, okay, hot means high. Warm means medium, cold means low. Just the terminology difference. So now here in this case, so now you can raise a question. Sir, can I change these options here? Yes, you can change. Depends upon your requirement, we can able to change these options also. Okay, depends upon your requirement, we can change these options also. Instead of showing hot, warm, cold, we can change it to high, medium, low also. Depends upon your requirement. Now you can raise one more question. Sir, along with these three, can I add some more options? Yes, you can able to add. That possibility is there. Everything is customizable. Everything is customizable here. Now, I'm giving the rating as hot. It is a very valuable customer to me. I'm giving the phone number of the customer. I'm giving the fax number of the customer. Website. He's having a website here. Ownership. He's working in an organization which is a private organization. So I'm selecting private. Number of employees, 400. Billing street. I'm indicating this information. He's working, he's staying in a location. Billing street, I'm indicating some flat number, okay, 213. Some arcade, some Srinagar colony. Some Srinagar colony. Billing city, I'm indicating some Hyderabad. State, I'm indicating some Telangana. Postal code 500021. And the country I'm indicating like as India. Okay, country I'm indicating like as India. Customer priority I'm indicating like as high because we are giving some high priority to the customer over here. And then whether the customer is active or not. So now active status. Yes, now the customer is in active status. Now, so I'm giving the active status as yes. These are the various details which I'm going to be providing in order to create a new record. So to create that new record, we are passing all these values. Once the details have been entered, then we can able to save. That means what that already told you, each and every text box is representing a column in the account table. That means these are all are the columns. Account owner is a column. Account name is a column. Parent account is a column. These all are the columns. So these are the columns in the account table over here. Okay. Now once you click on the save button, a new record will be creating in the account table. Okay, once you click on save button, with these details, a new record will be getting created. It is going to be representing the record details. We can see that record information. Whatever the record we have created, that record information we can see. Abhishek Tripathi, the record has been created. So I would like to hide this field. Now we can see that record information. Abhishek Tripathi record has been created successfully. This is the name of this record which we have entered, and then this is the account number, this is the account site, and the type of the customer, industry value, annual revenue, and the billing address information, customer priority, active status, the whole information whatever we have entered. So whatever the data that we have entered to create the records, each and every value has been stored inside that respective column. This is how we are going to be creating the records inside your object. So by using this tab, we can create the records inside the object. We can modify, we can delete, we can view, we can undelete, we can perform all the operations. So now we have created one record, Abhishek Tripathi. If you want to create one more customer has visited today. I want to create that customer new record also. Click on accounts again, then click on new button. Click on new button again, enter the details, then create one more record. Like that, one by one, multiple records also we can create inside a single table itself. Okay, so in this case, whenever we are going to be creating the records, whatever the mandatory fields are available, we can supply the value for only for mandatory fields. Remaining fields we can leave it as blank also. Okay, remaining fields we can leave it as blank. If we did not supply, it will store the default value as null. So in this case, when coming to the records, not only one, multiple records also we can create inside this. Now, for example, let me create one more record over here. Assume that I'm creating a record. Today we got one more customer, like as some Reliance Digital. So Reliance Digital is also one of the organization who wants to utilize our services. So that here I would like to indicate Reliance Digital is also one of our customers. Account number I'm indicating 6677. Account side I'm indicating the customer direct. Account side I'm indicating like as using communication. Communications. Digital media. Type I'm indicating like as partner referral. Okay, partner referral. That means one of our partner has referred. Okay, one of our partner has referred. Now industry, I'm indicating like as communications. Okay, communications. Now here it is populating so many industry names like as apparel, banking, biotechnology, chemicals. So many industry names are populated. If these are not sufficient, if you want to add some more, then we can add. If you want to remove some of the existing one, then you can remove. Everything is customizable here. Whatever the option set is populating, every option can be customizable here. We'll see how to customize each and every option when moving forward. I'm indicating annual revenue, like some 75 lakhs. Rating value, I'm giving like some high rating for this customer, that is called as hot. Phone number, I'm indicating some value. Fax number, I'm giving some value. And then I would like to indicate the website, reliancedigital.com. And the ownership, this is the private organization. This is the subsidiary. It's a subsidiary of Reliance Industries, Reliance Fresh, Reliance Digital, Reliance Communications, Reliance Mobile. These are all the subsidiaries of Reliance Industries. It's a group of companies. So this is also one of the part in that group. So now here in this case, I'm entering some data. Number of employees, some 4,000. I'm indicating that billing address. Like some flat number 16. Software units layout. Madhapur, some high-tech city. Madhapur, some high-tech city. And the city is some Hyderabad. State some Telangana. Postal code 500012. And the country is some India. I'm giving the customer priority as medium and the active status as yes. He is a valuable customer to me here. I'm giving the medium priority over here. And then along with that, I'm going to be indicating the active status as yes. So now here I'm indicating that all the details here to create a new record. Once the details have been entered, click on save button. A new record will be getting created again. One more record has been created with the details Reliance Digital. What are the data that we have entered? So now with those details, it is creating a new record. So that one by one, we can create multiple records whenever a customer has visited your organization. Whenever you got a new customer, then you can collect the customer's details. You can able to create the record inside this. This is the way we can able to manage the records inside your object. Nothing but creating the record. Okay. Now, we can create multiple records also. There is no limitations at all. There's no limitations at all. Purely depends upon the memory space that we have. Depends upon the memory space that we have. Keep on, we can store some records also inside that table. There is no limitation at all. Like, so the one table can have 1,000 records, 20,000 records, not like that. A table can have n number of records also. Depends upon the availability of the memory space. Now, in this case, so as of now, we have discussed how can we create the records by using the user interface given by tab. But not only inserting the record, we can update the records also. How can we update? Updating means what? Editing, nothing but modifying the record. Suppose, for example, I'm having a customer called as Abhishek Tripathi. Okay, I'm having a customer called as Abhishek Tripathi. So he is a very valuable customer to me. So now he is utilizing our services since almost 2 years. Nothing but we got these customers 2 years back, for example. Since the 2 years, he is utilizing our services. So whenever he has joined our organization, whenever he has started utilizing our services, during that time we have collected all his details, his contact address, phone number, mobile number, fax number, everything. Recently, the customer has been shifted to some different place. This customer has been shifted to some Bangalore. As of now, he is in Hyderabad. So now today night he's shifting to Bangalore here because of his business work, because of his office work, he's shifting to Bangalore. Then how can we change this address? As of now, it is holding that Hyderabad address, but now I want to change it to Bangalore address. How can we modify? Or else the customer recently changed his mobile number, so I want to modify this phone number value here. Because nowadays the people are changing the mobile number for each and every month. Whenever they're getting some new offers, they're taking a new SIM card, utilizing that. Once the offer is over, they will be changing the SIM card again. This is what the people are doing nowadays. So I would like to change his contact number also. Then how can we modify his contact number? So in this case, what needs to be done? If you want to modify the record, here we are having 2 ways. Let me show you. The first one is edit a button. Okay, we have edit a button. So click on this edit button in order to edit the record values. Okay, in order to edit the record values, how can we do that? Just click on this edit button. Now the record will be in the editable format. Whatever the data that you have entered, the data is in editable format. Now I'm changing is a phone number. I'm changing the phone number all to 6. Okay, all are 6s. I'm entering all are 6. Okay. Now I'm changing his address also. Okay, I'm changing his address also. So I'm indicating that billing street. Billing street I'm indicating like the flat number. Okay, 101. Some Satya Sai apartments. Satya Sai apartments. And then I would like to specify BTM layout. BTM layout. City is some Bangalore. State is some Karnataka. And the postal code I'm indicating some value 600034. And the country is India. I'm changing this address over here. I have entered the address values also, new address information. I've changed the phone number. Now click on save. So whatever the record we have created, at any point of time, we can modify the record values also. Okay, we can modify the record values also. But in this case, what happened? Suppose, for example, I want to change the customer rating from hot to warm. I want to change. So just you can able to go to that here. Click on this edit button. Go to this rating value. Change the value from hot to warm, and then click on save. That means we are giving some medium priority. So now in this case, what happened? If you want to modify this record, then go to the record, click on edit button. The whole record will be visible to you in the editable. Do the required changes. That means click on this edit button. The whole record is in the editable format. Make the required changes whatever you want. Change the values whatever you want. Click on save button. This is the process we are doing here. But in this case, what happened? Suppose when my internet connection is a bit slow. If my internet connection is a bit slow, then when you click on this edit button to open this edit page, it will take some time. It will take some time. If my internet connection is very slow, then it will take more time. But in this case, the customer can't wait till the page is getting loaded. Till the page is getting loaded, the person can't wait. Because the people may not be having that much of patience nowadays. People may not be having that much of patience nowadays. So now in this case here, what we can do, instead of moving this whole page in the editable format, I want to move only this particular field in the editable format over here. For that reason, so that means what? I want to modify this phone number value or fax number value, for example. In this case, don't click on this edit button, just to go to that field and then double click on this field. Okay, double click on this field. That means what? Instead of moving that entire page into the editable format, just move that field into the editable format over here. What is the column you want to modify? Just move that column into the editable format. How? By double click on this. This kind of feature is called as inline editing feature. This is called as inline editing feature. Inline editing means what? We can able to modify the record there itself. No need to go to the editable format. Just you can modify the record in the same page itself. How? Let me show you that. I want to modify the fax value. Just to go to the fax field, place the mouse pointer. It is indicating a small pen symbol over here. Pen is for what? Writing. Nothing but this is a writable. That means this is editable. We can modify. How? Just to go to this field, double click on this. Only this field is moving into the editable format. Make the required changes here. I'm giving all are some 7s or 8s. I'm changing this value. If you want to modify one more value, then you can change. I'm changing this annual revenue value from 34 lakhs to some 60 lakhs. I'm changing this. 60 lakhs. Two values are modified. It is indicating that orange color symbol. That means what? Two values you have modified, but this data is not saved back to the database. In the user interface, you did the modification, but these changes are not committed back to the database. So how can we make these changes to be get committed to the database? For that reason, just click on the save button. It will be committing the changes back to the database. So that we no need to move that whole page into the editable format. So we are moving just that particular field into the editable format. This feature is called as inline editing feature. So inline editing feature is used to move that field into the editable format. Why? Because is suppose my table is very big table which is having some thousands of columns. At that time, my user interface also will be having some thousands of text boxes. So upon loading this page, upon click on this edit button, to load this page will take more time. If my internet access is a bit slow, then it will be taking more time also. So the person may not be having that much of patience to wait till the page is getting loaded. So for that reason, what we can do, we no need to put some burden on my server. I don't want to make my user interface complex. I want to make my user interface very, very simple and lightweight. Then what we can do in this case? For that reason, simply click on that field in the, double click on that field. Just to go to the field which you would like to modify. Suppose I want to change the industry from banking to some finance. Just to double click on that and then change the values over here. I'm selecting that finance, make it save. That's it. Done. Only that field we can move it into the editable format here so that we can reduce the burden. So we can reduce that network traffic also so that we can able to make our application performance faster. We can make our page lightweight. That facility is available as part of your inline editing feature. So this is the way we can able to modify the records also. Not only creating the record, at any point of time we can able to modify the record values also by using the edit button or by using the inline editing feature also. Now, so in this case here we are not only creating the records, we can able to modify the record values also. That facility is available over here.
So,
Yeah.
So I have a question over account. So let's say I don't in my organization I have some thousands of records. So
Okay.
I want to pick a particular record. How can I do it, sir? Suppose
Now.
there is Abhishek Tripathi. So there are
Okay.
thousands of records. So I have to pick the Abhishek Tripathi. So
Hmm.
how can I do it, sir? I can
Now,
go line by line, record by record.
no, that's what here. In this case, simply we can use that global set. That's what I have given that information, global set.
Okay.
These are global sets. Suppose if you want to set for the record, assume that I'm having so many records are available. I want to search so that I'm indicating. Now, whenever you are typing this, it is indicating that with that name starting, we are having the record. Abhishek Tripathi. Just you can able to click on this link, record will be getting open.
So this symbol is implement to all the leads, contacts, and everything, right, sir?
Everything. It will be listing
So,
out.
okay, I want to pick from the leads. So how can I do it, sir?
It will be indicating that. Suppose, for example, assume that I'm having a lead record also. Okay, I'm having some lead records also. So many lead records have been given by Salesforce. For example, I'm changing this one. His name is also I'm changing to lead record name is also I'm changing to Abhishek Tripathi. Abhishek Tripathi. So now I'm having two records, one account record with the name Abhishek Tripathi, one lead record with the name Abhishek Tripathi. So, okay, now I'm changing this one. Now it is indicating, I'm searching for that. Now it is indicating that Abhishek. So now here we have two records are available here. If you want to search both, then click on search. It will be indicating with the name starting with that here. We can able to verify. It is indicating that. So now it is indicating this is the account record, this is the lead record over here. Which record you want to go right now? So we can able to verify this information also. If you want to go with that lead, then click on this because this is the lead object symbol. This is the account object symbol. It is indicating when you place the mouse pointer, it is indicating that account. When you place the mouse pointer over it is indicating lead. If you want to go with this lead record, just click on this lead record. Lead record will be getting open. Make the changes over. Okay. So this global search is used to search for any content, whatever you want. Okay.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Now, so now here in this case, not only creating the records, we can able to modify the records also inside. Suppose, for example, guys, just give me 2 minutes. I will be back again. Just I'm getting an important call. Just give me 2 minutes. I will be back. Now, so now let's see. As of now, we have discussed how can we create the records and how can we modify the records also. Now, let's see how can we remove the records from this object here. So in order to remove the record, once the record has been getting created, then we can remove the record at any point of time. If the record is not required for you, if the records are very, very older records, which are no longer required, then we can remove those records also from our object. So at that time, to remove the records from this object, we are having a delete button. By using this delete button, we can able to remove the records from this object also. That facility is available. Now, here, there is a common question in the entry point of view. Whenever I'm going to be deleting the records from this object, what about this record? Will the record will be completely removed successfully from the entire Salesforce instance, or will the record will go somewhere? I need to identify over here. How do we know what about this record over here? Once you click on this delete button, the record will be removing from that object, okay? But that record will be there inside the recycle bin. Whatever the record that you removed, that record will be there inside this recycle bin for the next 15 days. Now, so in this case, once a record has been getting removed, record will not be removed permanently from your Salesforce instance. Record will move to the recycle bin. It will be available inside the recycle bin for the next 15 days. Within this 15 days of time, at any point of time, we can restore the record back to the actual object also. So whatever the record that you removed, we can restore that record back to the actual object, okay, within that 15 days itself. That facility is available to you over here. Now, it's a common question in every interview. It's a common question in every admin certification 201. Whenever we are deleting the record, how long time the deleted records will be available inside the recycle bin? Suppose if you are using the Gmail application, what are the emails you have removed from the Gmail application, those will be available inside the trash folder for next 30 days. But in Salesforce, whenever you are removing the record, deleted records will be available inside the recycle bin for next 15 days. Where is this recycle bin option? Let me show you over here. Already you know, recycle bin option is available where? Inside that sidebar. Inside the sidebar, you will be having recycle bin. Suppose, for example, I'm having this account record over here. So this is the account record that we have. I want to remove this record, Abhishek Tripathi. Open this record, you will be having a button called as a delete button to remove this record from this object. So click on this delete button. It is asking for the confirmation. Are you sure you want to remove the record or not? Say yes, I want to remove this record. Click on OK. The record will be getting removed over here. Now, so record has been deleted from my object, but where this record will go? Record will be moving to the recycle bin here. Then how long time it is available in recycle bin? For next 15 days. So I want to see that whether the record is available inside the recycle bin or not. So simply we can go to that sidebar that already told in the previous session. So in a sidebar component contains the recently performed actions, quick actions, and recycle bin option. All these three will be available to you. And then in the previous session, we have discussed how can we make that sidebar collapsible also. That facility we have discussed over there. Now, let me go to that sidebar again. Expand that sidebar. You will be having an option called as recycle bin. Click on this recycle bin option. You can see the deleted records. So this is the record is available which we have removed recently. Abhishek Tripathi. This is an account record. This is the person who has removed that record and so date and so time the record has been removed over here. So now I want to restore this record back. How can we restore this record back over here? This record will be available inside the recycle bin for next 15 days. One file. So now the deleted records will be available inside the recycle bin for the next 15 days. In these 15 days, at any point of time, we can restore the record back to the actual object. So that just select this checkbox here. If you want to restore this record back, then click on undelete button. Select the record which you want to restore, click on undelete button. Once you click on this undelete button, record will be coming back to the actual object as it is. Now, let's go to your account object now. Click on accounts. We can see that record. Now, Abhishek Tripathi record has been restored back over. So this is how we can able to insert the records, update the records, delete the records, and then undelete the records also. Okay, we can able to see those records as well here. We can perform this operation. Now, so in this case, how can we restore these records we have discussed? Now let's see, whenever I'm going to be creating the records, we are having that records will be visible inside this recent accounts section. What are the records we have created recently? What are the records we have viewed recently? Those records will be visible inside the recent records section or recent accounts section. But in this recent accounts section, the records will be getting visible with the account name column, account billing city column, and the phone column. These are the three columns are getting visible over here. Okay. So what are the records you have created recently, or viewed recently, or edited recently? Those records will be visible inside this recent records section with these three columns over here. But these columns are not sufficient for me. These columns are not sufficient for me. I want to show some more columns also over here. How can we show some more columns over here? Now let's see practically how can we customize these columns. Why? Because if it is showing that account name and the billing city and the phone number, I'm not able to recognize my records. Then what I want to display the account name. I want to show the rating value, industry value, annual revenue, phone number, fax number, customer priority, active status. All these columns information I want to show. Then how can we customize the columns to be visible inside this recent accounts section? In this recent accounts section, how can we customize these columns? Now let's see practically in this case. Now let's see the practical part. So let me give you the navigation first and then we'll see the practical part. Recent records section. Recent records section. So what is this recent record section? This section will represent the recently created, recently viewed, and the recently modified records will be getting visible here. This section will represent the recently created or edited or viewed records inside the object with the default fields. With the default fields inside the table, in the tabular format. In the tabular format. So now here in this case. So now this section will be representing the recently created records, recently viewed records, and recently modified records also in the tabular format here with the default columns. We can customize the columns also, not only displaying those columns, we can able to show the required columns also. We can customize the columns to be visible inside the table as below. We can customize the columns to be visible inside the table as below. Then how can we customize the columns? Now let's see practically in this case. Now, Click on the required objects tab. That means what objects recent ticket section you want to customize. For example, accounts. Expand the first.com quick access menu. Expand the first.com quick access menu. Expand the first.com quick access menu. Click on edit columns link. Select the required columns to be visible. Select the required columns to be visible by using add or remove buttons. By using add or remove button. Arrange the fields in the required order by using up or down navigation button. By using up or down navigation buttons. And then click on save. So this is the navigation process which we have to use in order to customize the recent record section. Then, how can we do this customization? Now let's see practically in this case. Now, how can we customize this recent records section? Now let's see practically in this case. Now, so in this case, just to go to that account objects tab and then customize this fields also. Now, so let's go to this. Click on this accounts tab. So now let's go to the first.com quick access menu. Where is this first.com quick access menu? So now in the right side, you will be having a small dockable menu. In the previous session, we have discussed this is the dockable menu here. This is called as first.com quick access menu, which can be expandable and the collapsible here. We can expand and then we can collapse. This is called as dockable menu here. This is called as first.com quick access menu. It is providing some shortcut option. Quick access means what? Directly we can jump into those options here. So we can go to that first.com quick access menu, click on this edit columns link. Okay. So in this case, in the recent records section, whatever the columns are getting visible, we can customize. So click on edit columns link. Click on this edit columns link. Now it is indicating what columns are currently visible over here. Currently it is showing only the account name and the billing city and the phone number. Only these three columns are getting visible, but I don't want to show only these three. I want to show some more columns also. For that one, we can customize by using add or remove buttons, and we can able to arrange the columns in the required order by using up or down navigation button also. So now in this case here, billing city phone I'm removing over here. Now I want to add the columns. What columns? Account name I want to display, and then I want to show the rating value. And then I want to show the industry. I want to show the annual revenue. I want to show the ownership of this particular record. I want to show the phone number. I want to show the fax number. I want to show the type of this customer. And then I want to show the active status of the customer. These are the columns I want to make it visible. If you want to arrange these columns in the required order, we can arrange these columns also. So by using this up and down navigation button, we can arrange. So for example, I want to add the customer priority also over here. Customer priority I want to display before active status. Okay, active status should be, customer priority will be first, and then active status should be next. So I'm indicating these columns also over here. What are the columns you want to make it visible? Specify the columns over here. Along with that, we can able to indicate. Okay, we can able to indicate in which order these columns to be get visible over here. Now specify the columns information. Now click on save. As soon as once you click on save, it is going to be arranging the columns here. Previously, it is showing only two columns. So three columns, account name and then billing city and the phone. But now we are able to show more number of columns also according to our customer requirement. So account name also we can represent rating, industry, annual revenue, ownership, phone, fax, type, customer priority, active status. All these columns information we can able to visible display inside my recent records section. So that here, not only creating the records, not only updating the records, not only deleting the records, not only restoring, we can able to represent the records also with the required columns information. That facility is available over here. Now, so now here in this case, in order to customize this recent records section, we are using this host.com quick access. This is the way we are going to be representing the records on your recent records section. Okay. Now, then it is indicating that recent records section, recent account section will represent only the recently created, recently viewed, recently modified records over here. Then how can we see all the records? Like for example, I'm using this Salesforce account since almost 2 years, or from 3 years, or last 6 months, or last 2 months. In this last 2 months, I have created so many records. I want to see all those records over here. How can we see? I want to display all the records which I have created in the past. Not only the recently created records, I want to see all the records which I have created over here. So in this case, we have to use a feature. In order to see all the records available inside this object, we are using a feature called as enhanced list view control. We are using a feature called as enhanced list view control. Enhance the list view control. So what is this enhanced list view control? Now observe the definition over here. So now view for what? In order to see what list of records. So that list view, that means please list view, nothing but please list out all the records available inside the object to view, to see, which will be having some enhanced facilities, nothing but which we can customize, which we can do enhanced, which we can do some enhancements also. That means we can add some more options also. For that one, Salesforce has given a feature called as enhanced list view control. Enhanced list view is a control or a component or a part of the page which is used to list out all the records available inside the object. Along with that, sometimes you can raise a question. Sir, I don't want all the account records. I want only those account records whose rating is hot. Only the hot rating records I want. Sometimes I want only the banking industry customers. Sometimes I want only those customers or only those account records whose annual revenue is more than some 50 lakhs. Like that, how can we represent? Okay, like that, how can we represent that information? How can we represent that information over here? So in this case, we are using this control called as enhanced list view control. So enhanced list view control is used to represent all the records available inside the object along with some filters also. Filters means we can add some conditions. Based on that conditions, we can fetch only the required information, not all. I don't want all the records. I want only the banking industry account records, or I want only the finance industry account records, or I want only the medium, nothing but the hot rating customers, or I want only those customers whose active status equals to some yes, which are active customers. Remaining customers I don't want. Like that, here we can able to filter out the records also by using this enhanced list view control. Then how can we use this enhanced list view control? What are the various options are available? How to add some filters inside that we'll see practically in tomorrow's session. In tomorrow's session, we'll see the enhanced list view control and how can we customize this one? How can we add some filters also? What are the list view filters are available by default? How can we customize that? How to add our own filters? Everything we'll see practically over here. This is the most important feature in every implementation. In every project, this is a common requirement. This is a common requirement in every project. For every object also, we have to customize this here. That facility is available as part of this implementation. How to do that, we'll see practically in tomorrow's session. Okay? Now, so do the practice on this one today. So now do the managing the records inside the object. Try to play with the user interface, then you will feel comfortable with that user interface. Don't think like, sir, if I click on this button, something went wrong, something will be deleted. Don't think like that. Okay, click on any button over here. Nothing will happen. So if you're clicking on that, then you will know what will happen, what kind of features are available. Everything you should be aware of that, so that you can feel comfortable with the navigation part also. Okay, do the practice on this one today. Tomorrow we'll see some more features. From tomorrow onwards, I'm giving some assignments also to you, so that you have to do some practice on that.
Sir, I have one